Hi, welcome to Simple Logistics. So today we are going to talk about how hard it is to have a profitable airline. Worldwide, there are several airline companies. In the past, each country used to have its own flagship airline, but now that is not so common. Most airlines today are private owned. There are just a few government owned airliners, but still there is a lot of competition in this industry. And it is a really tightly regulated industry. The costs to operate an airline are very high because companies have to pay a lot of attention to maintenance. They have to buy their spares from the original manufacturers or certified companies. There is a lot of care that goes into the maintenance of the aircraft. The costs are high also because of fuel and because of the volatility of international oil prices that can break airliners. Also, there is regulation on which routes companies can operate. You know, if a country has an open skies policy or not. So if a country has open skies policies, then you will have two or three or even more airlines operating the same route, which will drive them to operate with razor thin margins. It's really a hard industry sector to operate. So there is a lot of chances of companies going bankrupt. Now, especially with the pandemic, several have broken. So, especially here in South America, we had the biggest airlines here filing for Chapter 11 or the equivalent to Chapter 11. Some of them are still operating, others are, suspended because it's a flight risk to let a company that is in financial difficulty continue to operate. And not only here, for example, in Europe, in Italy, company Alitalia, which used to be a government-owned company. The government has shut down Alitalia. They are going to open a new government-owned company, a smaller one. I think it will be called ITA. I'm not sure, but we see everywhere, we see around the world, airlines having financial troubles, especially now with the pandemic. But even before the pandemic, many of these companies were operating with financial losses and some with, as I mentioned, razor thin profit margins. The companies that are really successful, so one example is Virgin. We have a few other examples. You can say that that is due to good management. Really good management makes a lot of difference in this industry. It can make the difference between going bankrupt and continue to operate without government assistance, because operating with government assistance are subsides or something like that. It's kind of easy. But for private companies to continue operating for many years and be successful, even during these hard times of the pandemic, that is really hard to pull off. So kudos to Richard Branson, for example, for his good management of Virgin. And there are other examples. I really like, for example, Delta in the US, and there are other companies that have been successful over the years. I think it's tough to continuously operate with success in this market, but a few companies have been able to do that. I think these are worth to take a look so we can kind of benchmark these companies and take some of their management policies, some of their management style, and copy it because it's so successful in a very tough market. So these are my thoughts for today. Thank you very much. See you. Bye.